Hi, this is Ken from GrowerCoach.com, and today I just wanted to chat a little bit about landscape designing and just the importance of having a design drawn up. With anything, any project you're doing, you want to make sure you're planning well ahead, and often months ahead when it comes to landscaping. Even if you're building a new house and you've got a big hole in the ground, you're just starting, that's the time you start your landscape designing. And you want to have a consultant like myself who comes out to your project and has a look. I just love that, to be able to go to somebody's house when there's a big hole in the ground and just look in and go like, I can see all the stratas of your soil conditions. We can talk right on the spot about what you're going to be needing for sleeving and underground access for different things, whether it's irrigation or lighting, that sort of thing. So all that stuff happens through that designing process. And once you actually do develop a design that really is a combination of your wishes and wants and like our expertise or your designer's expertise, to put that information onto a piece of paper, it's really, really valuable. Once you've got all that, you've got all your plant lists, you've got all your locations for everything, but you've also got material lists. With an actual detailed drawing that is a scale drawing, we can calculate quite accurately the amounts of soil, gravel, concrete. You can get your estimates and your numbers right down pat, and you're right on the money as far as your budgets go. But speaking of budgets, that's one of the most important things when you're doing a design, is to talk budgets right up front, because the game plan is to develop a plan that also suits your expected budgets. It doesn't make any sense for anybody to design a spectacular landscape that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to install if you can't afford to do that. So thinking about the budgets ahead of time, I think a good number, and this is something to remember, is that just as a kind of a ballpark, especially if you have a new installation, is that new installations, the cost of your landscaping should be in the value range of about 10 to 15% of the value of the house itself, the house and the property. So that kind of gives you a ballpark of what to expect as far as budgets go. But that being said, of course, you can change that by planning ahead and making sure you're not going to get stuck in a situation that you can't afford. But again, a well-planned out landscape is easy to maintenance. It looks great, and it's a pleasure to live in. You know, the landscape is an extension of your home, and it also should improve and increase the value of that property as well. I've often mentioned, that if you spend the time and plan it properly and get a really good result, that really improves the value of that landscape, and it improves the longevity of it as well. And so in the future, if you ever want to sell the property, that's a skilled or experienced person might walk in and look at that property, and if you've got a poor job, they'll look right away and say, well, I'm going to have to redesign or re-landscape this property, so I think we're going to take off a percentage off your asking price, because I know we're going to have to re-landscape. And so, but if you do a really good job, it's the opposite. You are actually adding on a value to that property. And people love to be able to move into a new house or a new property that's landscaped, and they don't really have to do anything. They just move in and away they go. So again, landscape planning, I can't say enough about how important it is. So if you're wondering whether you should have a plan or just go ahead and wing it, it's a decision you have to make. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. You've heard that before, I'm sure, and it's always a good idea. You can't plan enough. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.